Hi and welcome to my playhouse, and today we're in the data center, and if you're very sharp you might see that my good old Lenovo 650 is back on again, because I turned it off in the last video when I changed over to Proxmox, and I'm still on Proxmox and I'm not running on this server. But after filming last week I wanted to try and update the jump server that I had transferred to there, and I immediately broke it. It just crashed, Windows error. We're gonna go and see that at the computer. But yeah, so I need to copy that over again, and I thought, let's try the snapshot function in Proxmox. So I'll copy it over, make a snapshot, and then I'll try and mess with it and see if I can not break it, and if I break it we can try and go back to whatever the snapshot was, hopefully. I haven't tried this yet. I've never done a snapshot on Proxmox, so yeah, let's go see if we can do that, and so I can turn this server off again. I just need another copy of the jump server because I forgot to take a snapshot before I messed with it last week. Okay, here we are at the living room, and I will immediately share my screen. So here we have VMware ESXi, and I had the unfortunate that I had set everything up so that when I booted this, all the virtual machines will start up automatically, all the ones that I need for something. So they popped up and they ruined my internet for a little bit until I got them shut down again. So you do that somewhere in here, manage, and you can auto start your machines there. You can edit settings. That's not exactly where the machines that auto start is down here. So that's the one with the numbers. So the first one to boot is pfSense, and then the second one to boot. So I'm gonna take some of them and I'm gonna bring them offline. I don't need this one to boot anymore, so we will disable that so that it does not boot. And we also don't want vCenter to boot anymore, so disable that. And I have this jump server. This one I most definitely don't need to boot anymore, so disable that. So if let's say that my little Proxmox box out there just suddenly decides to totally die, I would be able to put the internet connection back and boot up, and my router would be coming up, my editing server would come up, and this other jump server would come back up. This is actually the jump server that we need to copy over again because it stopped working. So over here at Proxmox, it looks like this. I just made everything a bit bigger. I always forget to do that. Sorry about that. Well, we don't need that one. That's big. So I have 3 machines running here. I have my pfSense, which is the router. I have a 2025 jump server. It's an evaluation version. It's on trial thing. And then I have my editing server down here, which has been working great since I copied this over. All of my videos, since I did the video on moving this machine over to Proxmox, all the videos after that has been rendered out from this editing server. If you saw the last one from the bunker and me messing with power, I actually forgot to edit the title of the video, just the intro. I forgot to edit the title, and yeah, it took over 5 hours to render that out. So I decided that you wouldn't notice that, and the first comment on that video was someone who noticed that. So but I didn't want to render it out and use another 5 hours to do that. So I was ready to upload that video to YouTube. I could have done it, but yeah, it was a lot of work for something that probably no one noticed anyway, and then some did. So we want to copy that server over again. I just want to show you what happened here. This is the machine that I messed up last time, And if we go into it, can we do that? There, and we start it up. Console there. Make that a tiny bit bigger. Start, and we will see that. What will we see? Start. Come on, connecting. Get a move on. It tries to start Windows. It's gonna fail in just a little bit. Da 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 da. Whenever. Yep, there we are. It messed up. And what I did was I tried to add the drivers for it, all of the virtual IO drivers, and tried to install that. And when I tried to install that, well, it just broke, and I hadn't prepared for that, so it kind of died. And I tried to fix it, and it doesn't want to start in fail-safe mode or anything. So yeah, we're just gonna remove this machine, and then we're gonna copy it over again. That's why I turned on the server out there. So what can we do here? We can remove it. Remove it over here. We need to put in the ID 103 and remove it. So there it should disappear, shouldn't it? Yeah, it disappeared. The other one, that one also does not work. But yeah, it hasn't messed up as badly yet. So we're gonna try and put that back in. So VMware, and we have it here, and we're gonna import that again. And if you know what's going on here, do let me know. We're gonna change the CPU thingy here to 1 socket and 4 cores. There. And the RAM, we're gonna give it 8 gigabytes. Oh, that's quite a lot of more. 4 gigabytes. 4 gigabytes. Gonna save a bit of gigabytes. And the server version is correct. We're gonna use same CPU as host. There, and then we're gonna go to advanced, and we're gonna change the SCSI controller to that one, because this is what I wanted to put in, but the Windows server does not automatically have the drivers for the virtual IO driver thingies, so we have to pick something that it has the drivers for, otherwise it won't start up. There, and then we can see all we chose, and we can import. So it's gonna work on that. It's gonna take a bit, 100 gigabytes that it's gonna be importing. So I'll shut up and leave it to it. Okay, it has completed, copied over 100% of 100 gigabytes, so that is fine. So we're gonna close that, and we're just gonna test if it works now. Last time I did this, it worked. So why shouldn't it work now? So let's see. There we have it. Start. I do think I remember that it took a bit. So I might be having to waffle here a little bit. Yeah. Anytime soon. Yes, see, it works. So that is pretty good. So we can log into that. Here, that guy. Yeah, that is working. So, but it doesn't have any of those drivers that is so much recommended with this computer device manager there. So it's missing all the virtual IO drivers for the Linux thingy. So, but before we do that, I think it would be smart to figure out how that snapshot thing works. So let's shut it down again. And it might also... That's a weird thing. I've seen this a couple of times that it doesn't really react when I press the button here. Nothing happens. It thinks about it for a while. Well, I'll shut it off. Okay, I managed to turn off the jump server here, so now it's off. And in this menu, we have the option to back it up, which means that we can take a total backup of the server and put it on some other drive. I think I might have to look into that. I haven't done that yet. At the moment, my VMware is my backup. If anything goes wrong, I would pick up I'll just copy the image over again. But it also has snapshots down here. So we can create a snapshot of our machine. You can run a snapshot of our machine that is actually running. I like it better to turn off the machine and take the snapshot and then turn it on again. It's just how my brain works. Less can go wrong, but if we press snapshot, we can see if we take a snapshot here, we can give it a name. I do believe that if the machine was on, we would get the option to also include the RAM. So you can take a snapshot of a running machine and also all the RAM that it's using. That RAM will also be in the snapshot, so you can go back to the state of mind of this machine at that exact moment, and you can go back to that. And when do you use a snapshot? Well, you use a snapshot like I am gonna do now. I'm gonna take this machine, which is kind of working as it should, and then I'm gonna try some stuff that might go wrong and mess everything up. And if I mess everything up, I can revert to that snapshot before I fucked it up. So we're gonna call it something that gives meaning here. So I'm just gonna call it before I effed up. There, it doesn't like all characters. So let's take the snapshot, and task is okay. So it has made that snapshot already. Seems that we can download something, so I might be able to download my snapshot. That would be just like a backup-ish. So that is interesting. How does that work? Yeah, it just throws it up here. Oh, it's a log file. Oh, never mind. 58 bytes. Never mind. Okay, go away. So now we have now, and I have the option of roll back to before I effed up. So description, blah blah, I'm here. This works very much like it did in VMware. So yeah, I kind of know how this works. So now I can go and I can mess with my server again. So now we have a little bit of a safety, and I will go in here. We'll make that bigger. We'll turn that on again. Okay, server started up again. This is my jump server. You can see I have all kind of crap installed here that I've been messing around with. This one is for file formats. If the file format is wrong, I need to re-encode the file. I don't want the editing server to do that. I want to do it on a different server and just copy the result over to the editing server. I want things separated so that if I mess up one thing, it doesn't bring down the whole house of cards. So I actually, this one still doesn't work. You can right click it, but it doesn't pop up the menu. Pop up the menu, pop up the menu. Okay, that's why I'm in IT and not singing, which is kind of weird. Search. Well, I want to update this server. Okay, this server is not healthy. Something is wrong. But we can run stuff. So I can run sconfig So running that, and in here we can choose number 6, download and install updates. Let's see if we, this is just like Linux, when it's broken you end up in the prompt. So 6, and let's try all updates. They're scanning for all appropriate updates. I have no idea how long this will take. I am not gonna lie, this machine is really messing with me right now. It's there are no yeah, it's not doing anything, and then it just says no, there is no update. Press enter to continue. Yeah, that's not gonna give me any updates to return. Okay, bollocks. Okay, I just managed to also run it from inside the server, and it says that it's up to date and there is no new updates, and that's the last checked. That's not long ago. Update history. Maybe it's set up to automatically update, so I might be right that there is nothing for it. Okay, I haven't actually done the same thing that I was planning to do, but I was just trying to update this machine and it has already fucked up on me. So I don't think this machine is very healthy for my Proxmox, but yeah, now we at least get to try the rollback. Now it's gonna tell me that I can do different stuff and try and fix this issue. I have tried that. I haven't found anything that really works here. So yeah, we're gonna shut it down. We're gonna turn this server off. Sorry. Shut down. Yes, please. This is really not going my way. It also it did not want to shut down, but if you right click on the server there is a stop. That usually works, and yes, and that will turn it off. Usually turns it's off. So yeah, that didn't go well. So we go into the server and we go into our snapshot, and then we go there and we roll back. Sure. Yep. Done. And let's try and turn that on again. See if it did what I hoped it did. There. Get that down here. I'll stretch it a little bit so we can see what's going on. Press the big button. That's gonna be exciting. Oh, I hope this works. But I do think that server 2016 is kind of sick. I have no idea what's going on with it, but it's not behaving very well. So yeah, there is room for improvement on that one. And I didn't do much. I just asked for some updates and it didn't really give me any updates, but yeah. We're back to where we before it messed up. So there is at least that part works. Okay, so let's see how fast we can mess this up again. I want to try and change the network card. It's a very modest thing. I have added the what the bloody heck is it? The CD-ROM drive where all of these virtual IO, Vito IO drivers are located. So I wanna add that the network card. So if we start by checking device manager, there we will find that the network card is there. We have that one installed and it's the same as here. Network device for this jump machine is the Intel E1000. If we go and select that and edit it, we can get something else, and we can pick this virtual IO par virtualized. So we're gonna pick that, and we're just gonna say okay. So it's gonna change the network card in the server on the fly. It's gonna be pretty pissed about that. We lost our network connection down here, that's for sure. Ethernet controller, that disappeared. So now we can go and we can update the driver for that. Update driver and browse, and we should be able to find that over on our CD-ROM drive. There, that's a lot. Can we just pick that one and say okay, and it will find it itself? I think so. Let's see if it... Yep, it figured that out. Red Hat Virtual IO. I call it Virtual IO. That's probably wrong. But yeah, it found that. But it's found a problem with installing it on your device. Okay. What is the problem then? It found the driver, but it can't install it. I am not very lucky today. Okay, I'm in safe mode. This thing still doesn't work. But let's see if device manager works. If we can update our driver. Driver should be... You need a new app to open this. Get started. Okay. What about you get out of the way? Next. Still doesn't work. I'm in safe mode. Didn't do nothing for me. This is really weird. Okay, so here is the driver that I'm wanting to install. We can just try and install it here. And then again, no. Catastrophical failure. Really?
Well, so this unfortunately didn't go as easily as I had hoped for, but I did learn something. That snapshot function really works well. You get multiple tries of trying to fix your issues, and if it dies, you just try over. And we can turn off the server again. So, server is off. So I'm gonna save that power, and the awesome little TerraMaster NAS is up there somewhere doing all the business that the old server used to do. It's not doing it as fast, but it's doing it okay fast. So yeah, if you have some good suggestions to what is going on with my stupid server 2016, do leave it in the description below. But I might have to upgrade my jump server. I do have that 2025 server that I have already installed that could take over. Just need to install all the stupid software again, and I thought that I had better things to do. So thank you very much for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see me again, and have a really nice day. Bye bye.